Okay, if I can have your attention, please, we'll roll into our post-race today's Goodies Fast Pain Relief 500 at Martinsville Speedway. We're joined in our media center now by third-place finisher Jeff Gordon. He drives the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Jeff, certainly a interesting race out there this afternoon. Maybe take us through the final few laps.
Well, I mean, we were just trying to hang on there on the old tires. And, I was pretty happy with the way the day went, other than getting shuffled back on the outside on the restarts. It was really, really tough out there on restarts if you weren't on the inside lane. So we played a lot of catch-up from that most of the day, but our car was pretty good. We just had to make adjustments for it in traffic, and, it made us really have to loosen the car up. And so we were just kind of riding there at the end, going to come home third, and then that caution came out. Those 2 leaders came in, and Steve Letarte made a great call to stay out. And, when we heard about all the cars that stayed out behind us, we felt like we were definitely the car to beat for the win. And then we had the restart, and we got a good restart, and everything was great. And then we're 100 feet away from getting that white flag and getting the victory. So that's frustrating. But I shouldn't be too upset. We were a third place car before that. We finished third. I'm not exactly sure what happened on the restart. That last restart, I got an okay restart, spun the tires a little bit, and got going. And I looked up my mirror. 17 was pretty far behind me, so I made sure I didn't drive in too deep, and the next thing I know, I just got nailed. So I'm not sure who got into me. I think it was a 17, and if it wasn't, then I apologize to him, because I thought it was him, and I made sure he didn't win the race down the back straightaway.
Thank you, Jeff. We also are joined by a race runner-up. That is Joey Logano. He drives the number 20 Home Depot Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Joey, take us through the final few laps out there today for the number 20 car.
It was pretty crazy. I feel like we had a 7th or 8th place car all day. And, I feel like we didn't do good on restarts. I feel like our new tires were too tight, never took off. But it paid off at the end of a run, and we were able to drive up closer to the front. And, hung around there all day, which come down to the end, we started 5th. And, that's where you need to be. The bottom was definitely where you had to be. We sucked on the outside, so it was definitely a big deal, and just seemed like everyone was just rooting and gouging, and I just kept filling holes. So that was the big deal for us, and it's cool to get JGR 1-2 finish here, and congrats to Denny. This is a big race for him to win, and growing up around here, and it's cool to follow him to victory lane.
Okay, thank you, Joey. We're going to go to the press box for our first question. Go ahead, please.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette. Jeff, I realized that, you would have been happy, the third place finish had the caution not come out would have been a nice accomplishment. But is it real? Do you feel kind of, I don't know, like, you get in a position, you raise your expectations, and something outside of your control goes wrong, and you just sort of feel like you could use a break for a change?
I mean, yes and no. I feel like you have to earn those things, and if we just keep working hard and putting good race cars and great race team out there each and every week, those breaks go your way. I've been on both sides of it, and there's times when you're not really sure if you deserve some of those breaks, but you're working hard, and so you take them. And then there's times when you wish you got more breaks. It was pretty obvious to me NASCAR wanted to see a green, white checkered finish, because there were cars blowing tires, hitting the wall, and they weren't throwing the caution, but one spins out there, and they threw the caution in a blink of an eye. So, I think it was pretty obvious what they wanted, and, you got to go with what their decisions are. It's a Monday race. A lot of fans came out here. So, certainly a great finish for them. Just unfortunate took away an opportunity for us, because we definitely had that win had the caution not come out there at the end. But then again, you look at the Gibbs cars. I mean, they were 1-2. The caution came out, so they that could have gone the opposite way for them. So you can't really get upset when those breaks don't go your way.
Any other questions in the press box?
Yes, we have a couple.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jeff, this is Kenny Bruce with SceneDaily.com. Matt said afterwards that the 24 never gives him room, and the next time things will be different. Was the contact between you and him basically what took it out of your hands?
Well, I'd like to see. I have not seen the replay. All I know is he was behind me. I got hit and thrown up the racetrack, and he was the first car to go by me. So, again, if that wasn't him that made contact with me, then I owe him an apology. We've had our run-ins and different things. The way he raced me, today I didn't think was the way I would have raced him. But we've had our ups and our downs, but I feel like we've been past that. I certainly didn't think we had any issues. If somebody hits me, I'm going to hit them, and if he hit me, I'm glad I did what I did on the back straightaway, because if a guy gives you a cheap shot like that, then he doesn't deserve to win the race, in my opinion. But if that didn't happen, and I have not seen the video, then I'll be the first one to call him this week and apologize.
We'll stay upstairs for one more. Go ahead.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Jeff, and I understand like you said, you haven't seen the video, but can you give a definition of understanding what's a cheap shot in a green-white checker situation on a short track, and what's allowable? Because certainly those last two laps, there was a lot of action, and obviously Denny bulled his way up there.
Yeah, but Denny had 4 tires, that's different. He had a car that would stick and turn and go underneath guys. He could outbrake guys, hey, he won the race, and so it doesn't matter. And that's the bottom line. A cheap shot to me is when you don't really have a shot at it, and you just go in there and run in the back of a guy. And that's what I think is a cheap shot.